Hello. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Heather Freilich. I work as a licensed massage therapist, myofascial release practitioner, and Reiki master. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a movement-based breath break video. This came as inspiration and a suggestion from my brilliant nephew Justin, who suggested I start bringing some of the work that I do in person out into the virtual world. And it also was coming from a conversation I had that was pretty inspirational from a dear friend of mine, Julia Aziz, who is an incredible psychologist in the Austin, Texas region. And we were talking today about the importance of this time and what we need to do to navigate these uncertain waters and unknown waters that we're all treading. And one of the best things that we can do is stopping ourselves and centering ourselves, taking care of ourselves so we can bring the best of ourselves into the situation at hand. And one of the tools I've worked with over the past several years is something called oracle cards. Now, oracle cards are actually a tool that I use to help enhance my intuition, which is a huge component in the bodywork sessions that I do with people. Logic and knowledge are definitely a key component to doing effective body work, but intuition is just as important, if not more, when following the body's energetic and physical lead. And the deck that I've been working with the past couple of days is one of my mentor's decks, Colette Baron-Reed. This is Wisdom of the Oracle. I highly recommend purchasing this deck if you are called to work with these cards. It's wonderful and whimsical and all that good stuff. But the card that I've pulled the past couple of days, which is very apropos for these times, is the Breathe card. Now, this is from her older deck. You will see a new version of the card if you purchase one now. At any rate, breathe. We all need to breathe at this time. And as my friend Julia pointed out earlier today, this is a virus that we're dealing with that's affecting our lungs. So what a perfect message to help keep our lungs healthy. Breathe through this time. Now, if you're anything like me, I have always had a difficult time just stopping everything and sitting down and meditating for 10 minutes or more. I need to drop down into my body first through some form of movement before I can go ahead and sit for a period of meditation. So today, what I'm going to share with you is something that I've learned from my mentor, John Barnes, called Myofascial Rebounding or jiggling. And another technique I'm going to share with you is something I learned from my cranial sacral mentor, Sarah Johnston. It's going to be 3 different hand positions that we're going to place on our own bodies and some breath work we're going to do along with it. And one of the most important aspects of that technique is that human touch, healthy human touch, cannot be underestimated. And because we are in a time right now where massage therapists like myself are needing to close our doors in order to support social distancing recommendations, you can't get that therapeutic touch from an outside source. And what better person to turn to right now than yourself? And just so I can just drive this point home to you, the importance of human healthy touch is so important that the first fact I learned going to massage school is that infants can actually die if they do not get healthy human touch when they are born. That's how important touch is. So we're going to go ahead and do some healthy therapeutic touch with ourselves to help ease the stress of these times. So first, let's start with the myofascial rebounding. Now, mind you, the myofascial rebounding is recommended to do for a length of 5 minutes. At 5 minutes, this magical chemical called interleukin-8 gets dispersed throughout our systems, and interleukin-8 is our body's natural anti-inflammatory and cancer killer. So I suggest go with the 5-minute mark. So you might need to pause this video in order to do that, because we're only going to do this for a couple of minutes for the time limit that I have on this video. And most important thing when you're doing this technique is to listen to your individual body. There is going to be some discomfort that's going to rise up to the surface because this is going to show you where you're holding tension subconsciously in your body. And the more we jiggle through and rebound through this technique, That action alone should help break through those tension patterns so more movement can be a result. However, if you as an individual are experiencing outright pain, discontinue the technique. This is not a no pain, no gain kind of situation. So I just want to share that with you. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take a step back so you can see my full body. And I apologize, mind the squeaking Chicago apartment floor because it's going to squeak. So I recommend turning on some of your favorite music that you're going to bounce along to during this portion of the video. So what you're going to do is you're going to bounce from your knees. And I want you to pretend like you're dribbling a basketball, but you're dribbling from your knees. So you're doing these tiny little bounces. And the rest of your body ideally should be following along for the ride. Now what I'm going to recommend is go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. And just notice what parts of your body are moving freely and what parts of your body might not be moving so freely. Just take note. And as you're doing this, please breathe. This technique can show where you're holding tension in your breath. And our breath, when it's moving in and out of our bodies effectively, is coming with the help of the diaphragm. A lot of times during stressful incidences, our body goes to fight and flight, locks down the diaphragm, and we end up just breathing from our chest. We want to make sure our diaphragm is breathing open and closing while we breathe, so our whole body can receive the oxygen it needs to move through these times. So make sure that you're breathing during this technique. You might notice some sounds wanting to come out of your mouth. Something like that. Go with it. It's always better to let what's inside of you out in a healthy manner rather than keeping it all in. If you keep it inside of you, that's just going to be considered stored tension in the fascial system, and it's just going to create more tension inside your body. There's enough tension going on the outside of the world. Let's try to keep ourselves clean and clear of that as much as possible right now. Now, mind the squeaking floor. We're going to keep going with this for about another minute. And as we're doing this, I want you to just take note and see if you notice areas that were not moving so freely. Tune into them and see if they have changed at all. See if they're moving up and down, moving about with a little greater ease. I'm going to move forward to see maybe I get a less squeakier spot. And all the while, keep breathing. Another 30 seconds. Now also, if you notice some movement going up into your neck and head, that's okay. Some of my clients over the years have shared that they're afraid their necks and head is going to fall off because they're not used to so much movement in their head. Once again, it might feel a little bizarre at first, but if you're feeling outright pain, discontinue the technique and pause for a minute. So let's say this is about that minute I was telling you about that we're going to do this for. And if you wish to do this longer for a full 5 minutes, I highly recommend pausing the video and doing that on your own. Now we're going to go into the next portion. Now that we've dropped out of our heads, dropped into our bodies, now's the time for some of the breath work. So we're going to do 3 different hand positions. And this first one, you're going to place your hand on your heart and your other hand on your lower abdominals, just below your belly button. I'm going to face the side for a moment because we're going to do a wave-like breath to help activate our diaphragm. And when you breathe in, I want you to expand your belly and breathe into your lower hand. Expand your belly like a balloon, and then your upper hand will expand as the breath moves into your chest. And then as you exhale out, let your lower hand fall into your center and your upper hand follows. So we're going to fill up, low to high, let it deflate, low to high. So it's like this wave moving through you. Now, if you inhale through your nose and out through your nose, that elicits a more energizing response. But if you inhale through your nose and out through your mouth, that elicits a more relaxation response. Listen to your body. Feel free to experiment with both. See what you need at this time. So together, let's go ahead and breathe in nice and deep. Exhale out. We're just going to do 3 breaths in each position. If you feel called to do more breaths in each position, go for it. This next position, you're going to take your upper hand and place it on the base of your skull. It should fit into this nice little nook there. And here we are connecting our upper hemisphere and our lower hemisphere of our cranial sacral system to help our central nervous system function with greater ease. And when our central nervous system functions with greater ease, the rest of our body can function with greater ease and efficiency. Let's go ahead and do some breath work now. Breathing in nice and deep. And last but not least, go ahead and take your lower hand and place it on your heart, connecting our heart and mind. And I forgot to mention, these hand positions can take place with you standing like me, sitting down, or laying down. It's up to you. Let's do our breath work. Now I suggest you keep your eyes closed for a moment and let your hands fall by your sides. And just take a moment to notice if you feel differently in your body now compared to when we started. Just take note for yourself. And when you're ready, go ahead and slowly open your eyes. Now, mind you, these 2 techniques that I shared with you today can be done together like we did, or they could be done freestanding, alone. It's up to you. Feel free to play with one or both. And I really thank you for joining me. During this time, while my in-person practice is closed, I am offering some individualized treatments if you feel you need more support during this time. Those treatments are distant Reiki healing sessions, as well as myofascial release self-care sessions via the Zoom app. And that is an individualized self-care session where you're going to receive the tools that you need for what your body needs at this time. If you'd like more information, please visit my website at www.heatherfralick.com. In the meantime, I wish that you all stay healthy, be well, and I send you my best. Thank you so much for watching.